Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am Soulful King, who no longer has a dream but has a mission I will achieve. I'm here to raise the energy of the collective. I do that in many ways by my inspirational videos, my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Snapchat, my TikTok, my music, also by my personal book called Positive Vibes. You can find it on Amazon. You can also find it on Barnes & Noble. So let me tell you a story about how I moved from Florida to North Carolina and what transpired from the beginning to the end. I'm gonna title this, How Royal Are You? Because some of us don't know how royal we really is. So with that being said, let's begin. I welcome you all with love and light. Now, my little brother, booked my Uber and my Lyft, and let me tell you how every 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, a car kept switching, it kept changing, it kept switching, it kept changing. And I was kind of starting to get in my mind, I'm always very optimistic, but I was getting in my mind on, I hope I make it, I hope, and here I go hoping, knowing that I should trust. I'm not perfect, but I'm pure. I'm hoping that I make it to the airport on time. So, one of my mother's friends that lived across the street from my little brother pretty much was like, I would love to take you, but I'm going to Delray. I'm going the opposite way. So she drove off and, I got her number and everything like that. She turned back around and was like, you know what, here you go. Gave me $20, like, get you something to eat. I was like, you know what, thank you so much. I am grateful. Praise the Most High. And with that being said, I dropped a little tear. I was like, okay, I feel so loved. And I'm like, because I really want to make this, this trip. I'm trying to leave, and it's like something is trying to hold me back. Something's trying to hold me back. Finally, my brother did it again. He kept trying. He didn't give up on me. And he was like, oh, they'll be there. I'm standing outside, Finally, a car came. When the driver came, we were on our way there. And then I started looking out the window, just smiling, because I was like, you know what, I'm leaving. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. This is going to be amazing. And I started noticing the time. And my flight started boarding at 1:54, and we were leaving at 2:40. Okay, we were leaving at 2:40. We started boarding at 1:54. I was in line, and the line was so long. And I got in line. I was standing there. I looked at the time, and it said 1:54. Now you know what happened. I started panicking a little. But I just kept hearing, expect the unexpected, and then I started having this feeling of royalty. I'm gonna tell you, I really started feeling it out of nowhere. I started lifting my head up, and it's because people were looking at me like, I have a duffel bag on the side of me, I have my book bag in front of me, and I was holding 2 duffel bags. So I'm just walking. And I'm standing there, and the lady behind me was like, oh, this is for Allegiant? I said, yeah, I've been standing here for a very long time. This line is so long. So the one girl came, and she started assisting everybody to a third line. And she says, when is your flight? I said, I'm actually headed to Charlotte now. They started boarding at 1:53. I have to leave at 2:40. She say, oh, whoa, they already boarding. So she say, go over there and try to see if you can go ahead and check your bags in really quick. And what they do is you go over, they may use your credit card or your ID, and they check your bags in, and then you just drop them off so you don't have to wait in line. So vulnerability is strength. Me being honest, I didn't have any credit card, and I had just my Cash App card and my ID. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry, we don't accept debit cards. She was like, so you're gonna have to get back in line. But before that, the lady that was behind me said, just in case, I would still hold your spot. Just in case, I would still hold your spot. I said, thank you so much. And remind you, I had to pee so bad. I was just like, man, let me get all this stuff. I'm walking everything will work out. I'm leaving. No worry about it, I'm leaving. And if I do stay here, I bet you I work hard to get me another flight. So let me tell you how the girl who turned around and was like, you're gonna have to get back in line. She said, you know what? And pulled the cord and said, go ahead. I went straight through TSA. I was like, praise the Most High. Oh, I felt so good. When I went through, I wasn't in that line no more. I didn't even check my bags in. You hear what I'm saying? I went straight through. When I went straight through, they just checked me, right? Let me tell you how things work. When they checked me, The only bag that they wanted to pull to the side, this is the low vibrational energy, what we call the devil, trying to get you discouraged. They pulled my spiritual bag to the side, and it was like, oh, you know, you can't have drinks, da 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 da. I said, oh, that's just for my mother, and one of them is for my great grandmother. And I was like, you know what, I don't have time. I need to get on my flight. Just throw it away. I'll buy them new ones, because I know they understand what's going on. I would buy them new gifts for the shrine. So after he did that, I went on through. You know, the other dude that was checking me too, no lie, he was like touching the stones. I was like, these are just crystals. Then he started looking at this. Then he asked me to open the bullet to see what's in it, because it looked like a bullet. And I understand where you're coming from, because it can be in a disguise. I said, sir, my mother's ashes in here. He was like, okay, just open it. I opened it and showed him. Right? I closed it back up. A bumblebee just passed by me, and I love Carolina. They have big, big bumblebees. And praise Oshun. And I was like, thank you very much. So I went to my gate, and the girl was right there, and the guys were getting ready to close up everything. So she was like, let me check you in or whatever. And then she was like, yeah, oh, they're getting ready to pull off now. So I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, because I've been going through so much from the time I even tried to leave here. You get what I'm saying? But I just heard something saying like, I heard something say expect the unexpected, but what I felt was like this royalty vibe. And one thing that everybody kept paying attention to the whole time was my pythos plants. If you don't know what those, search those. Pytho plants that was in the side of my book bag. One thing I love about my pythos, those were my ancestral plant. That's what that was. So I was like, okay, my ancestors protected me, because everybody keep latching on like, oh, I see you got you a set of pythos. Oh, those are very, very nice. I got those all around my house. So let me tell you how I went up there, and even though none of my check bags were able to get under the plane or anything, she decided to use the little, I forgot what it's called, but she put the orange tags on them and ripped them off and gave them to me. Then she said, well, the one that's supposed to go on the plane, your carry-on, do you want me to put that on there for you too? I said, sure, no problem, thank you. So she put that on there. So only thing I got on board with on the plane was with my book bag and my pythos. Okay, praise the Most High, praise my ancestors, known and unknown. I'm divinely connected, I'm divinely protected. Praise him. Look at the sun, come on out. The sun comes out tomorrow. I am so grateful. I get on the plane, the dude that was, before I get on the plane, the dude that was standing there, he was so nice to me. He was very appreciative. I was letting him know, thank you so much. I know y'all was getting ready to close, but ooh, it took me a while to get here. He said what? He said, well, cause out of nowhere, he said, cause you're blessed. Don't even know this guy. He said, cause you're blessed. For him to see something, well, I'm getting goosebumps. He said, cause you're blessed. You know, and in my mind, of course, I feel like I'm abundant, because to be blessed is to be less. So I accepted it with a grain of salt, because everybody is not at the same stage that you are, and have to meet people where they are. So I never get offended when you say something. You get what I'm saying? I may correct it in my own head. And he grabbed my bags nicely and slid them down the little black thing, so it can slide on down the little tube so they can put them up. The girl was like, y'all got 2 more bags, 3 more bags. When I got on the plane, the seat that I was supposed to have been sitting in was a middle seat. Who about to make me cry? The seat I was finna sit in was a middle seat. Tell me why I end up in the back of the seat, all the way to the back. Okay, all the way to the back. The very last seat. And I actually got the window seat instead of the middle seat, what my heart desired. On the outside, physically, I purchased a middle seat. My heart desired wanted a window seat. I got my window seat. Don't want nobody next to me. Come on, Erykah Badu. From that moment, I started crying. I was crying, looking out the window, because I was like, only if y'all knew how much I had to go through to get on this plane. But the fact that expect the unexpected, and you started feeling like royalty, I got treated like royalty. I didn't have to wait in line. I didn't have to check no bags. I got a window seat in the whole row by myself. Is you listening? Is you listening? Walking with bags in my hand like this, one behind me, one in front of me, and I gotta pee. Everybody kept saying them pythos, my ancestral plant. The Most High, the ancestors right there with you at all times. So with that being said, I wanted some water. Remind you, I told you I don't have no credit card. I only had my Cash App card. I didn't have no money on my Cash App card. I had those $20 that was given to me before I left the house. He said, oh, the water would be $3. I pulled out the 20. I'm not thinking. He was like, oh, card only. Tell me why. The guy turns back around. His name, I believe, is Jerome from Allegiant. He say, I hope I'm not getting anyone in trouble. He say, here you go, you can have the water because we have extra. I took that water and cried. I cried for like, it took almost an hour and a half to get there. I cried for like 35, 40 minutes straight. Because y'all don't realize how grateful I was for everything that happened to me. The moment that you thought you were gonna get left behind. The moment that you thought that nobody had your back. The moment that you thought that everything was going wrong. Because you were optimistic. Because you expected unexpected. Because you walked like you were royal. I was dressed, as you see my picture. I had this on, I had everything on. People looking at me. You get what I'm saying? They just looking like, damn. And everybody see me. Every time I drop my bags, I pick them back up. And I got one on the behind me, and the one in front of me is just like, it's just, you carrying your load so much. But you grateful, you optimistic. I cried. The girl, I said, can I have some napkins? The flight attendant say, you know what? She gave me facial tissues and said, just keep them. I just kept wiping. I could not stop crying tears of joy. Tears of joy. I'm telling you, I was so grateful. When I even left off the plane, I told them, thank y'all so much. They don't even realize what was going on and why I'm so grateful. Tears of joy. I was so grateful. When I say I was so grateful, I am grateful now. I can feel it. I am grateful. Thank you. I am so grateful. I cried for so long. And the only song I was listening to the whole time, please go check this song out. I love this song. The song is called Anyways by Zacardi, Cortez, and Burrell. I love the whole song, but when they get to Burrell part at the end of it, when she starts slowing down, she said, you're gonna lose some friends anyway. She said, it's like, I can see you on the plane. You can see me on the plane, writing a song from my spirit. She said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. She said, you would succeed anyway. She said, God is gonna bless you anyway. Anyways. They may not treat you fair, but you're gonna get the reward anyway. When I say I am grateful, I am grateful. I'm gonna get on my knees now. I am grateful. Praise my ancestors, praise the Most High. I'm divinely connected, I'm divinely protected. I am grateful. And I wanna share this story so that someone else in their life can expect the unexpected and to walk around like you are royal. Because you just don't know how royal you really is. Peace and love. Love and light. Namaste. Ashe. Aman. Ashe.